Who's ready for some fun? Who enjoys a podcast where the host speaks about what's on their minds and doesn't hold back? PD&J, What's Good Today, is an open format podcast hosted by Pocket and J-Dub the King. Let's talk about sports, let's talk about music, let's just have an interesting conversation. If you have any topics for us to discuss, email pdnjmediaproductionsllc@gmail.com. Tune in to PD&J, What's Good Today, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube Live at J-Dub the King.
Good, folks. It's a brand new week. It's a brand new episode. It's a brand new Wednesday, so you know what that means. Brand new episode of What's Good Today, PD&J. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. How is it going, folks? If you weren't there, you missed out.
Missed out. Missed out. It was a great show. It was bananas.
No, you're not doing it.
You doing it?
You know why? Because we got a guest. We have a guest for y'all folks today. None other than the man himself, who could have shut the place down himself, made me spit up my drink a few times. And we know how I hate backwash a little on my own.
Yeah. Well, without any further ado, we got the man himself. We got Adam J in the building. What's good, Adam? How you doing, man?
What's happening?
Man, thank you for blessing the stage this past Saturday. What an epic show it was. Man, you killed it. Just to tell everybody and all our fans where you're from and everything like that. You're from Portland, Oregon. Is that correct?
Yep.
How was it growing up in Portland?
I grew up like I just tell people Portland that aren't from there, right? I grew up in like a suburb outside of it. So I'd say it's like comparable to living in like Mesa. But very diverse. Grew up playing a lot of sports, so you know, being in diverse settings it's not something that's new to me.
So when did you find out that comedy is a realm that you wanted to go into?
Well, I've always been like the funny kid. Like I was like voted class clown in high school, which was probably my greatest achievement up to this point in my life. It took 13 years to get, you know what I mean? So, but I've always been the funny guy. Like people are like, they can't tell when I'm serious, when I'm joking. And so I've done other entrepreneurial things and then was just like, hated everything that I was doing. And then it was like, after I got done playing basketball in college, I didn't really have something that I love doing like I did. You know, I get up and do basketball every day. So I found comedy, started doing stand-up like almost a year ago now. And
so
first, go ahead.
College basketball?
Yeah.
For what college did you go to?
Played a couple of them. I played at a JUCO back in Oregon, and then I played at a Division II called Simon Fraser, and then played at a small private school in Portland for the last few years. It's a little NAIA school, so I bounced around a little bit.
And so you said that you've been doing comedy for about a year. When did you find a year ago, what happened to trigger, hey, comedy is something that I wanted to go into?
Yeah. Well, the algorithms on social media are crazy. Like, I got an ad for like a comedy writing class, and I was like, that looks interesting. It was right during like the height of COVID and everything. It was like, I think I bought it when there was like a big snowstorm back home, so there's nothing to do. I was like, let's learn a new skill, and started doing that. And then I was telling my friend about it, and then like he sent me this link to, it was like a sign up for like, it was Portland's Funniest. It's their competition that they have at like the biggest club in Portland. I signed up, and it's just kind of that, just something like when you put something on the calendar a few months out, like, okay, I got to prepare. And so like my entrepreneurial background was like, there's got to be books and things I can educate myself on. So like I read books, talked with people, and then like just kind of started writing jokes, and then went on stage for the first time. It was, if I watch it now, it's pretty sloppy for my standards, but getting like those laughs in a big crowd, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm supposed to do.
So, what was the joke that you told that?
What was your go-to joke?
Yeah.
What was the thing that really captured the crowd?
It was probably the opening bit, right? Like, I have to send you the video, but I said, well, I started talking about the real estate in Portland. I don't know if you're familiar with Portland, but there's a lot of homeless people. People think Phoenix has homeless people. You should see Portland. It's like, it makes Phoenix look like nothing. But I was like, when you're looking for a home, you're looking for something that's affordable and a good location. So I got a spot next to the freeway in a tent. And I was like, and it's relatable for that area, right? And I was like, and it's actually really good because it's not great to raise a family, but I'll be able to upgrade in a few years when the market cycles back around, which is actually great timing because that's when my girlfriend graduates high school.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Adam, I guess I told you Saturday night that you made me spit up my drink, and I hate my own backwash.
Good.
And I said, just to think you've only been doing this a year, and you've actually taken the time out of the craft. To be honest with you, you look like a veteran. You look like a veteran out there, and that's saying a lot. I've been to a lot of comedy shows, I've seen a lot of comics. You look like a veteran. Yeah. So yeah. I do wish, and I hope that I hope you'll have the best. Look like you're headed the right way. You're keeping yourself active. That's the best way to do it too. Obviously, you know that. Keeping yourself active, keep it going, so that we can nurture that scene.
So let me ask you this: how do you master your craft when it comes to comedy? Like, what is your day-to-day routine?
Well, like the very simple, basic way is to like write every day and get on stage as much as possible. And that's like when you're first starting out. Like I read a lot of books on comedy, and not just stand up, but also like the business of it. And it was like, don't even try selling yourself or thinking business wise until you have about 20 minutes that works. So I look at it as writing cycles. Like I write every day. I used to my writing process has changed a little bit since I've gotten better and kind of understand now, but I'd usually smoke some weed and then just like get in the lab and like just get a microphone and talk. And I had like some software where you talk into it, it records, but it writes what you're saying at the same time. And so I would just talk for like 30 minutes a day. And then I could go back through those notes later on when I'm sober and like pull out the good stuff and then like craft it into like a tight joke. And then you got it. The funny thing with comedy is like you could practice the piano as much as you want without doing it in front of anyone. But like comedy, you have to go out and eat shit a bunch of times. Like I'll be like, why did I think that joke was funny? Like, and so you go out and do that. You got to understand different venues. Like if it's mostly comedians, it's not gonna be you're not gonna get as many laughs, but that doesn't mean it's not good material. And then I record every set, at least on my phone, so I can like go through the material and go like, okay, what got the laughs? Because if you don't do that, sometimes you'll forget jokes that were working that you just stopped using, that were really good that you can build off of. And then once you find something that works, you can add on to that joke as opposed to trying a whole new idea. And I guess I started really with the mechanics of like what makes a joke. It's kind of like writing bars, like learning that different formulas, and then now starting to incorporate more of my personality into it to where it's maybe not so much punchlines, but it's like more authentic as to who I am and more real life stories than just like hard-hitting jokes. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So let me ask you this: your inspirations, who kind of inspired you to get into the comedy? Who are your go-to comics?
That's a good question. It's a lot like basketball for me, where I like to play more than I like to watch. So I didn't consume a lot of it. But as far as stand-up comedians go, I'm a huge really like Patrice O'Neill, Anthony Jeselnik, Daniel Tosh. I like the darker ones, but I also like the people that can, I don't know if you ever watched like Patrice O'Neill, but like
Patrice O'Neill, rest in peace. He's a legend, a legend.
well, and he's more of a philosopher too. So like, and that's how my mind works too. I'm a thinker. I like to think I am. Um, like he he keeps it real, and it learning to be okay with like, hey, half the people might hate me, but the other half is gonna love me. And that's where your fans are. So I'm okay with that.
Awesome, Adam. So I understand we gotta. You're kind of busy. You're busy, like I said. So what's the future holding for you? Like, sound like to me, you're an entrepreneurial mind. You're trying to build your own empire. It sounds like.
I think I'm more so used to be like that, but that was when I was focused on just straight money. So now I just want to, it's like what Kobe said with basketball. It's just like the dream is really getting up and getting to do it every day. So that's where my focus is. And then coming from the business side of things, I can understand how to navigate the business as far as putting my own shows on or knowing how to get booked, keeping it professional. There's a lot of people that are really good at comedy that just aren't professional, it's surprising. But
all right, I got another one for you. All right, beavers or ducks?
big Ducks. My dad.
Go Ducks.
I grew up with my dad having season tickets to the Ducks, so we went to a lot of games. And we don't have NFL in Oregon, but so college was a lot more popular. Oregon Ducks, Portland Trailblazers.
So let me ask you, busy person, what do you have coming up that people can go check you out?
Check me out. Stir Crazy Comedy Club on the 16th. I will be doing a show with Lamar Mitchell, JR. It's going to be like an Arsenio Hall type themed show where it's more talk show style. And I'm gonna be doing a part in that. And then I have one at House of Comedy coming up on the 27th.
Okay, 27th of
July.
Okay. So folks that's in the area, you can definitely check them out tonight at Stir Crazy.
I'm gonna say this right now. Do not have a drink in your mouth. You can have it in your hand, but don't have it in your mouth when this man's on stage. That's like your own backwash. I'm just telling you that right now.
So again, you can catch them tonight at Stir Crazy if you're in the Glendale, Arizona area, and then again you can catch them September at the House of Comedy, and that's going to be on July 27th. There we go. Well, Adam, I know you got a lot of things that you got to do. I want to thank you for taking the time to come on our platform and on our podcast and talk a little bit about yourself. And give our people a little bit of an opportunity to get to know you. Thank you again for blessing the stage on Saturday. You are unbelievable talent. You are the future of comedy, and I see you going places, bro. I really do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back. You guys definitely stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my god. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now, GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
What up, folks? Welcome back to a brand new episode of What's Good Today, featuring the host PD&J. I am your host, Jay.
I am your host, Pocket. Again, folks, if you missed out, you just missed out on a hell of a show.
It was a great show.
Every comic had you at your behest. It was a great time out from beginning to end. Even when we played Simon Says at the end. Just had to be there for that one. Just had to be there. But we really enjoyed it. But you know what? Now that week is over, what the? Yeah. We're gonna start with. I'm just gonna mention things.
Oh, here we go, folks. Here we go.
Roe versus Wade.
I knew you was gonna bring that up.
But that's not what I want to even focus on right now. So, those of you that like to watch the news, I'm quite sure you happened to see R. Kelly got his sentencing today.
30 years. He got a 30-piece with a biscuit. 30 pieces, only one biscuit, though. Only one biscuit.
And not getting any kind of mental help or counseling that he needs.
30 years, folks. He's 55 years old right now and got a 30-year bid. He'll be eligible for parole after 12 years.
I don't care. I don't care about that. Because people are going to say we're so focused on him. Why? That's not the topic of this conversation. The topic is Ghislaine Maxwell. How many years is she getting?
20.
But how much is actually going to be spent? How much of it's going to be spent in the jail?
That I did not read.
Not much, because she's getting counseling. British socialite, black R&B singer. Same crime.
So we're really going to play the race card on this one?
In the same city. Both sentenced. Oh, but don't forget, he's got another case coming up in Chicago, so obviously he's going to get more time. That's what I expected. And I think we both thought, well, he's going to get maybe 15 years here. And he goes to Chicago, they're to tack on another 20 to 30
years.
No,
No.
30. They gave him 30.
Hold on.
30.
We got some comments coming in. But yes, he got 30 years, and Jeffrey Epstein's wife only got 20. Same charges: racketeering and sex trafficking. One got 20, one got 30.
And Ghislaine Maxwell she's what, 50? No, 60. I'm sorry, she's 60 and been doing it a hell of a lot longer than R. Kelly. And a lot more women have been trafficked, a lot more girls, boys. And she was actually trafficked herself by her father. That's what the rumor is.
How true do you think that is?
I'm quite sure there was something wrong. For her to continue the cycle started somewhere. So she didn't just all of a sudden wake up one day and decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to traffic kids. No. She was part of something. What am I saying? And, on top of that, Elvis Presley's movie came out this weekend.
Now, you guys want to talk about pedophiles? Did I really just go there? My bad. I wasn't supposed to go there.
But you know what? Once again, we've been talking about that sheep must be running out of wool. This is still coming over your face, coming over your eyes. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Wow, that's a new word. I'm going to write that one. Flabbergasted, not gasted. Flabbergasted. Because
I have no words. I'm still.
Now, folks, reason why I brought this up is it just came out, and it just makes me go back to the fact that how screwed up our system was. It actually kind of, it's a court system. Look how screwed up it is.
But here's the thing. One was federal, the other one wasn't federal. Am I correct?
No, racketeering is already a federal charge.
Okay, so they're both federal.
Sex trafficking is a federal charge. It's not even.
Okay. Find that interesting. So, folks, what do you have to say about this? Our comments are open. We got comments that are coming in. Want to hear from you in regards to this topic.
I'm just tired of everyone. Nobody can agree on anything. I mean, that's the first thing. People are so split on this Roe versus Wade thing and not really understanding it.
And speaking of Roe versus Wade, I I'm just going to throw my opinion out there. Again, this is just my opinion.
No, were you throwing a fastball, curveball, or slider?
Just going to get fastball.
Okay.
I'm throwing the fastball. At the end of the day, the way that I feel about it, neither federal nor state should have the audacity to tell a person, he or she, what to do with their body. Period, point blank. I don't care who is coming. I don't think the state nor the federal government should have a say-so on what a person does or does not do with his or her body. And yes, the whole thing does sound shady to me. Shout out to one of our. I like what Chulu is in because he be giving some facts, valid facts, and I love it. But yeah, the whole thing is just shady to me. They're getting rid of contraceptives. Condoms are about to be higher than anything else.
Here's the thing I'm going to say about this. I don't talk about that stuff because a lot of time it's just scuttlebutt. There's not been anything I've seen come out other than on with like media sun, like not even a real network, or people just saying stuff, trying to build record, build a following or something. So yeah. I'm not going to talk about that contraceptive thing until I actually see something.
But you don't think that this is going to open up a door to where contraceptives for women, like birth control and certain other things, are not going to start being covered by healthcare?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to come out and say. Everyone keeps putting it on the woman. It takes two to do the mambo jumbo. Absolutely. I wasn't even going to say tag. It takes two. Okay? Now, fellas, you nasty asses don't want to wrap it up. And you get put in situations where you're paying this child support. Boy, there was only one time. My pull game is strong. It ain't that strong.
Oh, since you brought it up, I have to go to. I'll wait. We'll wait until after the next one.
So you got to understand. And truly, we're right on the same page. That's really what it boils down. Because what people are trying to say with this Roe versus Wade, they're trying to control the body. But at the same time, what the Supreme Court is saying, we don't want to control nothing. We're putting it back on the states. It should have never gotten here. It should have never been a case for federal. It should have never been the Supreme Court. That's what they were trying to say. But then the narrative got switched was, oh my God, they were trying to control our body. No, they don't want to control nothing. They're saying the states should have been taking care of this. We should have never been involved. That's what they were trying to say. Now, opening a can of worms, people are talking about, well, what they did this to. But here's the thing, I've had time to stew and think about this. What I think, we talked about this part too, about how for many years growing up, it was two things that kept separate: church and state. But now, wait. Now, we've talked about that part. What I'm thinking is, for them to get into repeal gay marriage, this is what they used, Roe versus Wade. They dropped that bomb first. Now look at your gay marriage. That's next.
I agree with you, Chase Mallory. It should be on the ballot. And I definitely agree with you that there's no governor should have a final say. So there you go. And it reflects back to what I was saying before. No federal nor state legislation should have to say so. And I'm sure we both can agree. No form of government should have to say so on what somebody can and cannot do with their body. Period. Point blank.
Now, here's the problem is with that. Now, remember I mentioned this. We are blessed as Americans to the platforms we have. We're blessed because if you go to China, actually, no, I'm not going to say China. I'm going to go Middle East. I'm not going to go over to China. I'm going to say Middle East. Look at how many rights that they have. Actually, no, not what they have. It's what they don't have. So the fact that we can sit here somewhat unified, using platforms, our freedom of speech, to say how we feel about this. I'm cool with that. That's the only thing I'm cool with.
Now, here's an interesting fact. and this is coming from a woman at the same time, they're going to be limiting the Plan B pill.
Actually, they already do. You can only take it, I think, two times a year or something ridiculous. Over that, it does something to the woman's body. So they're already limited that.
Okay.
So, but the whole thing is,
they're going to limit it to who they're going to give it to.
No, you got to go buy it yourself. Remember, they got to go buy it at CVS. But here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to understand. The price on that is true. I bet. You're not going to be paying $50-$60.
No, it's just like other contraceptives are going to triple. You go get a pack of condoms right now, what, they $5?
Here's what you do. You know the recycle plants? The old tire pieces we see in the middle of the highway?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
You go take them. Actually, you know what? We're going to open another business.
What's that?
PD&J, we got rubbers today.
And on that note, folks, we'll be right back.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
And we are back, folks. Oh my God, what the hell just happened?
I'm telling you, it's gonna take us a while. It's gonna take us about a few months. We get the right people. We want to have it. PD&J, we got rubbers today. I'm telling you, we're gonna have our marketing. Gonna have our logo. Ain't gonna be no excuse. We got y'all.
Now, going back to what we were talking about, because this apparently is a hot topic, and we love the comments that are coming in. Continue to flood us in with the comments that you guys got. We're going to get off to every last one of them that we possibly can. Some of those that we can, we will get to you as soon as we possibly can and be able to.
This one sticks out right here.
Loving versus VA. It's about interracial marriage, and Uncle Clarence forgot he had a white woman.
That ain't mom.
I'm not familiar with that case.
So I am. So here's the problem with that. They tried to outlaw. Actually, there's a movie on HBO. My wife and I watched it about the very first interracial marriage, the very first one, and it was fought. They got married in Virginia, and they ended up moving down south. And it's a really good movie. It talks about the struggles they had, the harassment they went through. They ended up buying a house in the middle of nowhere to raise their family. And it was a black woman and a white man. Why do I mention that? Because there's more interracial marriages than what the traditional thing that we see on TV.
Way more.
Because we got to understand, interracial means when people of a different race get together. Am I right?
So it's not just black and white.
No. It's not just a black man with white, Asian, Indian, Mexican. Did I hit them all? Middle Eastern. Is that it?
What are you drinking? Because you going off right now.
Oh, I'm not going off. I'm just trying to let people understand because it's interracial. It could be a black woman with Asian, Indian, Mexican, Puerto Rican. What in the hell? I'm making them on Puerto Rican. Y'all got what I'm saying. It's just too many of y'all out there. It's just, if you think about it, we're all mutts any damn way. Ain't nobody can come out here and say, I'm purely Eastern European. Really? You know the Africans raped your ancestors? Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to go there. Dang, man. What am I drinking?
I don't know. Anywho, folks.
We ain't got no rubbers today, though.
That was unnecessary. Yeah.
I gotta keep playing it. I'm telling you that we are coming out with that. I'm telling you, right? We're coming out with it. Truly, you on board, man? We're taking investors. Who's on board? We're gonna come to the people with a product that's needed.
Anywho, folks, going on to our next topic. This is what we want to talk about. The new gun control laws that are coming out.
Pew pew. Or lack thereof.
So we do have a comment that just came in. I do want to play this. Clarence wants to overturn gay marriage, but leaves the door open for interracial.
Didn't we have a long conversation about
We
this?
sure did.
So, okay, so here's the thoughts on that. The reason why interracial marriage is not being talked about, because it's way beyond. Because what happens is, with what is it, 23andMe and all that other stuff, you can prove 9 times out of 10 we've all got a little black in us. We've all got a little Indian, European, and stuff like that. So using interracial marriage, the reason why now you're not hearing about that is because there's no ground to stand on that. They're not even going to, they don't even want to talk about that. That's not their concern. Their concern is they believe gay marriage should never got legalized. Because again, church and state. There's so much between church and state that's gotten muddy water that right now, what do they got to do? They're picking and choosing their battles. They're picking the ones they think they can win. They can make a big impact.
Clarence Thomas should have kept his mouth shut over the whole cases he provided. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Facts, big facts. There's nothing else I can say about that. And you hear they're actually trying to overturn gay marriage now.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, but you said that pretty lengthy.
I said that really
short,
quick. I said the next thing is gay marriage when I dropped the pencil.
But they should leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Now here's the reason why, because when they legalized it, the problem was churches, the traditional churches, said they weren't going to do it, and they were getting sued by gay couples, and the gay couples were winning. So a lot of those churches ended up having to go bankrupt and go on. So what ended up happening, the churches decided, because churches, in case y'all didn't know, they have their own laws and regulations that they have to keep in their own law book. Yes, churches have laws, in case y'all didn't know that. So they had to redo their bylaws and say if they were or were not going to perform gay marriages. And that's what's been going on with that. So now why does the Supreme Court want to overturn that? Because isn't it mixing church and state just like everything else?
Yeah.
How many of y'all been to church and then you got when it's election year, you got the politicians sitting on the front row with the mothers and the deacons. Talking about, oh, today, and the pastor after getting that dynamite sermon.
Well, what they say is talking about dynamite sermon. Some will be dry.
They've been dried in this desert outside right now.
No, they dry them away from crackering that you're taking communion.
Oh, mine ain't dry. I be having some communion juices. Getting double shots. Oh, wait. See, man, you got me all going down memory lane. Okay, triple shots. I didn't do 4.
Yeah,
No, I only did 3.
you did 4.
I only did 3 shots.
Sure about that?
Yeah. Just 3.
Right.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And then yourself.
No, I didn't do it. I just got a bottle, so see, it wasn't shot.
See, somebody come help this person. Help him, please. Help him, please.
Question. You know,
Now, I want to get back to this gun control issue that's going on. Pew, pew. And I want to hear what your thought process is in regards to they're looking to make it a little bit more lax and lenient for individuals to openly carry. What are your thoughts about it? I have my opinion. I'm going to reserve my opinion to last. Fine.
I have no opinion.
No opinion whatsoever.
No opinion.
Huh.
What I have is a thought.
And your thought is?
Raise the age.
To what?
You know, to drink, you got to be what age? you get your insurance to go down
25.
to get a rental car?
And then 25 still?
I mean, you can get it younger, but you got to pay extra.
Yeah.
Guess what age I said?
I'm hoping that we can agree when I say 25.
I was going to say 24 to 6 months.
No,
25. Yeah, 25. Why? Because at 18, you've got these idiots that have come up in the age of, and come up in the age where the schools are doing the drills. I forget, the active shooter drills. So they know what to expect. That's scary. So 7 years later, when they turn 25, those drills are changing. So they don't know the same thing. See what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. You want to keep it at 18 until you turn 22, not 21, 22. You should be getting a mental evaluation every 6 months, paid for none other by the favorite 3 letters that I like gun control. Oh, in case y'all didn't know, not CIA, not FBI, not NCIS. That's 4 letters. NRA. Yeah, they pay for it. They got enough money.
Here's what I think. If you're going to lax the gun control laws and make it supposedly more accessible for people to openly carry, then there should be a couple of different things that should happen. I strongly believe that there should be some classes that's mandatory for everybody to take. Just like if you were to get your CCW, you need to be able to get take a class to just even carry a firearm. Period. Second of all, everybody needs to go through a mental health evaluation that consists of the minimum of 3 sessions.
It's not enough for me. That's why I said until they turn 22. Everything's.
I'm talking about even you can't get a gun until you're 25. You can't apply to legally carry a weapon until 25, and you still got to go through those 3 things.
See, what we want and what's going to happen are 2 different things.
True.
We know they're going to let them get it at 18, so they're going to keep it at 18. All I'm saying is monthly evaluations every 6 months, paid for by the NRA until you turn 22. Since they're not going to change it. Well, as much as we want them to make 25, and it makes sense for it to be 25, they're not going to do it. If there was a way to get this,
That's facts. That's facts. Somebody else said the age should be 25 years old.
and you know what, truly, you're right. We can't stop them from being dumb, but we can minimize those dummies.
How?
When you raise the age.
It's still going to be legal.
When you make the new evaluations, when you do all of this stuff, because you can only fool a fool. You can't pay off. You can try to pay it off. You can try to pay it off. You can try to finagle whatever you want. Because my whole way is, if they do this every 6 months and they're still 18, guess what? If you go off on a shooting rampage, your defense is done. You've had an evaluation, several of them, and they said you're totally sane. So you to claim insanity and there was no sign of it, your defense lawyer can't use that one.
That I do agree with. That's why I said everybody needs to go through a mental evaluation and take a minimum of 3 classes. 3 classes, minimum, period.
I'm not putting it. I'm still saying every 6 months till you turn 22.
And what about after 22? There's 25-year-olds that have breakdowns. There's 50-year-olds that have breakdowns. We saw what happened in New York at the subway. That dude was, 55, 60 years old?
He didn't have a breakdown. He just got tired of this shit. There's a difference. A breakdown is where your dog died, your wife left you for your brother. She left you with a mortgage that you know you can't pay. Your pool ain't finished because they keep telling you materials are out.
Oh, Lord, are we getting a little bit personal? You all right? Yeah, I had to bring you back there, bro. You all right there?
But y'all get what I'm trying to say. There's a difference where you lost it. If you have these evaluations, they can see the signs. There's a pattern of things that show when you're about to lose it. You just don't all of a sudden, it's a pattern of things that lead up to that. People want you to think they can snap and no. Before you snap, there's certain things that happen before you snap. You may not see it, but there are professionals and there are people that can.
Well, folks, as you can see, this is turning out to be a great episode of PD&J, but we do got some bills we got to pay, so we'll be right back.
Who's ready for some fun? Who enjoys a podcast where the host speaks about what's on their minds and doesn't hold back? PD&J, What's Good Today, is an open format podcast hosted by Pocket and J-Dub the King. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about music. Let's just have an interesting conversation. If you have any topics for us to discuss, email pdnjmediaproductionsllc@gmail.com. Tune in to PD&J What's Good Today every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube Live at J-Dub the King.
What's good, folks? What's good? Welcome back to a brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. Welcome back. We're talking about Roe versus Wade. We talked about R. Kelly's lifetime sentence. I can't wait to see what song he comes out with that. And now we're talking about gun control.
And as you can see, we have the comment facts. The mental checkup would alleviate a lot of excuses. Which, if you guys are just tuning in, Pocket was just talking about how the whole mental health excuse is going to be taken out the window if you guys do mental checkups every 6 months to people that own guns. All right? Okay. So that being said, we don't disagree on that.
And here's the reason why I brought this up. You know why? Because at my job, before I got this position, there was a situation with someone and their husband. And their husband was just going through some stuff. But he didn't want to go see a shrink because he didn't want to lose his guns. So he'd rather lose his family. Because it was basically to the point where some stuff needed to happen, change in the house. But he put his guns before his family. Which, that's ridiculous.
Now, we have a comment that just came in that's definitely, I think, going to be a topic of conversation. No civilian should have assault rifles, only the military should.
I need salt and pepper.
I agree. If there's assault rifles that's out there, best believe, as a legal gun toting carrying American, I'm gonna make sure that I'm prepared. Period. I'm sorry. As a civilian now, what I agree with you, when some civilians shouldn't have assault rifles, absolutely. That's where the mental health checks come in.
Well, see, here's the thing about assault rifles. In case you guys didn't know, they have some assault rifles that you can actually, what they can do. People want a replica. Give them the replica, but make it a single shot. Make it a single shot. They really want an assault rifle because what's happening is the assault rifle, what you got to understand is people like it because of that repetitive fire. How many rounds you can get out in a minute? So you take out that aspect, one, the love of the assault rifle goes away. It really does. And then they'll disappear.
Another comment that came in, all weapons are made for defense and hunting, period. So if all weapons are made for defense and hunting, how is it so easily accessible? That would be my question.
The only thing I can say about that, you can buy dynamite. You can buy. I don't know why I went there, but I did. You can buy grenades. You can buy class 4 weapons. Rocket launchers. I'm sorry, I can't use class because you may not understand. But you can buy rocket launchers in pieces and put them together. So
Facts, right there. It's not so much the assault rifle, it's the magazine. Period.
but the thing, if you take the fun of having the fact you can just hold the trigger until the clip's empty, that alleviates some of that
Yeah, I get it.
because the problem is
There's thrill in it. I get it. Yeah.
Here's the whole thing with that thrill. You know where that thrill stems from? It's one of my favorite games, one of your favorite games, one of a lot of people Call of Duty. Because guess what everybody likes? Nobody likes carrying a handgun. Pew, pew, pew. The sniper rifle's cool. But you know what the best thing to do is get that M4. It makes you have that sense of power. That false sense of power. I corrected myself. False sense of power. That's what it really stems from. We're coming up with a generation that's been playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Apex, and all these other games where assault rifles are it. That's it. You got your assault rifle in that game, you're God. Guess what? That now relates over to real life. People have been playing these games. Now all of a sudden they feel like, if I got an assault rifle in the game, ain't nobody can mess with me. You know what? I need to get one in real life. So take that away. Take away the burst shot. That's what it's called. Single shot, burst shot. Take away the burst shot.
I agree. That's where I would disagree. Fully automatic, 10-round mag, fully auto, ain't the business.
Right, but the thing is, you're still getting off 10 rounds within a matter of seconds. If you take away the burst shot, that eliminates the luster of the assault rifle. And also, you know what'll happen? It'll lock faster.
Yeah, that is true. Well, folks, we've been talking about this way too long. Let's go ahead and get into sports. Pocket, what you got for me for sports?
Well, we can start with Jake Paul. Looks like he was supposed to fight Tommy Fury, and now he might not. Tommy Fury can't come in the States. What is his name? Tyson Fury can't come in the States. Daddy Fury can't. Anybody, if you are furious, you can't come in the States because of their known ties to a criminal organization. Just because. So my whole thing is that guy also, from what I understood, that means Crawford had ties to that guy too, I thought. And other boxers. It's just a bunch of bull. Yeah, that's what that is. It's more to it. I just don't think Tommy Fury's afraid of Jake Paul. That's just my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion with boxing.
Hold on. You said Tommy Fury is afraid of Jake Paul?
Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you the excuses he gave. You tell me who was in this situation. I'm going to give you the first excuse he said. First excuse. My father can't come to the States. Your father never can come to the States because it's a criminal record. My brother is having trouble coming to the States. I'm not going to have my corner. Didn't we just hear this about a month ago? Okay, if y'all don't know, Devin Haney, shout out to the undisputed lightweight champion of the world, went into Australia to fight George, I can't do this, Kambosos. With nobody in his corner, was supposedly not being in his corner. Not his corner man, not his father, who's also his number one trainer. The guy who actually was in Tyson Fury's corner for a while until he fired him. But you know what? He went into Australia with a makeup team with, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. From New York, former champion. It'll come to me. Trulu or somebody, you know who I'm talking about. But he went in there with just him in his corner. His father got a last minute visa to come into Australia. They let him in. He beat Kambosos from the first round to the 12th round. If there was 20 more rounds, he would have still been beaten him. I mean, that's how bad the fight was. So I go back to say, unless something changes, Tommy Fury is afraid of Jake Paul. Prove me wrong. Somebody, anybody. Show me why not. Why are you making excuses? Now, the thing is, because he can't come into the States, you know what Jake Paul said? 15 million, I'll put up 15 million and fight you in London then. Since you can't come to the US, I'll fight you in London. It's supposed to be in New York. That's where it's supposed to be. But he said, I'll bring the fight to you now. Because what the thing is, Jake Paul, he's starting to get respect from him. He really is. He's basically he's tired of people saying, he hasn't fought a boxer yet. He's looking better and better at training. He's got the right people helping. He's got the right people showing him the game. He's late to the game, you want to think, but I'm going to throw some names out there. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. You know what? They started boxing late, really late. Both of them are considered top heavyweights. Right or wrong. So starting boxing late is not necessarily a deterrent. Oh, we can go back. I think they said Jackie Robinson too started late. Because many consider the greatest boxer of all time. If you think it was Muhammad Ali even said Sugar Ray was better than him. So that is what it is.
What else you got for Spurs?
Big trade happened today, right?
Big trade. Big trade alert.
Atlanta Hawks got Trae Young, a running mate, Deontay Murray. So, but we kind of knew that was going to happen. We thought it was going to happen before the draft, but it just took a few days later, almost a week later, right? So, shout out to that. Great to see. And yeah, how many weeks we got to football?
Can't wait for the football season.
Man, it's going to be one. The NFL is going to be epic this year. The Cleveland Browns don't have a quarterback. Oh, wait. I was saving that.
Oh, well.
This one's for the ladies. Cleveland Browns, you messed up. You effed up. You should have never, ever made the trade and signed this man to an extension. When it first happened, and I know I said this, you can go back and watch the shows. I kind of thought it was a scapegoat, maybe these 20-some women, when it was about 20. Remember we said this? It ain't true because it's just how weird it came out.
How it came out, I'm starting to believe that it is.
I'm not starting. I believe it because here's the thing.
Not all of it. Not all of it. Some of it.
No, I believe it.
You believe it all?
Here's the reason why. The Houston Texans gave him 64 affidavits and non-disclosure agreements, and different hotels to get these massages at. Now, if it's not true, why is 30 of the 64 coming after the Houston Texans? Now, here's the thing, what I think happened. Houston kept this under the scuttle. They kept this, they filed this away. They were like, Deshaun, you're going to be here forever, right? Okay, you're going to be here forever. Then all of a sudden, he came out of the blue and said, you got rid of my star receiver. And then it makes more sense, doesn't it now? They had this above his head they had this carrot above his head the whole time. And they figured, we'll never have to use this. We got this. We'll keep this stored away. But what ended up happening? Old boy made that request to be traded. He didn't play the whole season. He said, I'm not playing. Okay, then all of a sudden, bam! Bob, the owner? Yeah, Bob, the Houston Texans owner, his best buddy, which is a lawyer, a prosecutor, he said, hey, you might want to look into this. What is it? Just take a look. Oh, man. So he started pulling the woman in. It was like 15, 20, now 24. And now we find out it's 64 non-disclosure agreements out there. And then Houston Texans have made some payments. So, again, do I believe Deshaun Watson? Bro, you did something. And actually, he did admit. He went back and recanted. He admitted one. He admitted he lied about one that he did actually have relations with, but it was, what was it? It was agreed upon where they, did the Mongo Tango. It was agreed upon. So how many more?
We'll see. We'll see.
It don't matter now. Because the NFL, they said they want to spend them for at least a year. I've heard something saying 60 games. What do I think? That sounds like a lifetime to me. Not that the whole contract, 60 games. That's his whole contract. Do it. Grow some and do it. And the arbitrator's a female. So you know you're screwed up now. So yeah, women, you gotta be protected.
Well, folks, anything else on sports that you want to touch on?
I ain't talking about it. All-Star games coming up. All-Stars week is coming up. Which, man, it is what it is with that.
We got entertainment coming to you next. Stay tuned.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for?
What's good, folks? Welcome back to a brand new episode of PD&J. What's good today? I'm your host, Jay.
I'm your host, Pocket.
And now we're going to get into entertainment, folks. Who caught the BET Awards on Sunday? Did you?
Do we need to tell them to go back and rewatch videos? Do I watch awards, folks? Only thing I will say I saw is, what the hell was up with Little Kid?
Hey,
I've seen that everywhere.
So, I happened to watch the BET Awards. Could have been better. I would say Diddy took the night with the tribute that they did for Diddy and Lifetime Achievement Award, his speech. He took the night. But y'all could do better. Y'all could.
You know what it is? They didn't want a Will Smith incident. Because if it happens on that show, they'll shut the show down. What's it called?
Come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's more shit.
Call it what you want, but y'all know I'm right. If there was a Will Smith incident happening on the BET Awards, we never see that show ever again. Wouldn't happen.
Well, I can only imagine what goes on behind the scenes. Backstage, I could imagine the chaos.
Well, actually, remember now they have the thing where you can see the happenings backstage now. They have the cameras everywhere and stuff like that. So it is what it is with that. But another reason why I didn't watch, because I'm still trying to understand how Jack Harlow. Anybody want to fill in that blank?
Only thing I will say, shout out to Brandy. She saved his performance. She saved his performance, bro.
Well, I sent you. Remember, I sent you. She did that when he said he didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
And then she ate him up.
Yeah.
So he had nothing better to do.
So people that don't understand what's going on, there was a little beef that happened between Jack Harlow and Brandy.
Okay, let me edit. Do the edit there. It was no beef.
Yeah.
Because she just basically told him, you ain't nobody, pretty much.
Jack Harlow didn't know that Ray J and Brandy were siblings. And
he never knew who Brandy was. That's what he came out.
And so what Brandy did is on First Class, Jack Harlow's track, First Class, went and did a diss track to him. It's funny as hell. But the BET Awards, he brought Brandy out to do her part. It saved his performance. Because it looks like either one of two things happened, and I want to believe this is the first thing I'm going to bring up. You know how they wear the earpieces, they hear their music back and everything? I don't think that was working right because on a couple of different performances, they were like, I can't hear my beat back and everything else like that. But Brandy came as a professional and ate him up on his own performance. I'm just going to say it like that. It was unbelievable. It was great. It was awesome.
So here's what I'm going to say. Jack Harlow is no Eminem. You don't want to know what I mean by that? He should know. I know that everybody's crazy about Jack Harlow right now. Women are anyway. Oh my God, Jack Harlow! That was a British accent.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Either way, that's the way I feel about it. Now, I'm not a fan of a lot of Lil Nas X's antics, but he didn't get one single nomination. Now, people knew who Jack Harlow was before Lil Nas X put him on his song, but once Lil Nas X put him on his song, guess what? That's when Jack Harlow really started taking off. Now, I know why he didn't get nominated. It goes back to his Montero. Is it Montero? I'm thinking of?
Yeah, the album that he came out with.
Not the album. That one
with
song,
the song
with the devil. And stuff like that. That's why he didn't get nominated.
Was that the name of the song?
I think it was called Montero. I think. I could be wrong, but I think that's the name of the song because it stopped getting radio play. That album right there, nobody played it anymore, or it was unless they were a rebel radio station, they played it. But and I think that's what stopped him, and I think he learned his lesson. And then also, even the alphabet community told him, "Bro, you got to pipe it down. We don't even support what you're doing. So your own people ain't supporting you." That says a lot. That really does say a lot. So I don't know. Now, mind you, I'll bump Jack Harlow. I'll bump him. I don't mind him. But he's not Eminem. And if you don't understand what I'm saying like that, Eminem gets a pass. What I mean, he can say any word he wants to out of his mouth, and he gets a pass. Now, let Jack Harlow do that same thing. He better be looking over his shoulder. We'll come with it.
Yeah. What else happened at the BET Awards? Comments are open. Whoever passed into the BET Awards, Lil' Kim came out looking like looked like the leprechaun's wife.
Bruh, she's scared that. I thought it was Halloween when I saw
And you
the
can
thing on what is it? On YouTube? Not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. I saw it on YouTube. I thought, who in the heck? Wait, that sounds like Lil' Kim.
And that goes to what I was talking about as far as the messing with the sound or whatever. Like, she didn't even know her brother.
I wasn't even talking about the sound. I'm talking about what the hell she looked like. Like, enough is enough. Like, if she were to come out here and stand outside, she would melt.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
You tie a string to her ankle and a strong wind come, she's going to be a kite. You could put her in the Thanksgiving parade as a blimp.
I'm done. That's it. Show's over. We're done.
Y'all,
And going through the timeline of Lil' Kim, like, she used to be cute.
after Biggie died, remember she's still depressed.
True.
True.
Yeah, he did it. Get on him. He did it. He did it truly.
I'm not trying. I ain't roasting nobody. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what the people want to hear.
Anyway, folks. Exactly. Bullshit alert. Right now it's time for fan mail, so our lines are open. Hit us up with a fan mail or something that you guys want our opinion about or something that you guys want to talk to us about real quick. Our fan mail is open. Hit our line.
Before we even hit the line, man, I'm actually really upset with you right now.
Why?
You don't know why. Hey, Tiffany. You know why. Did you do a shout out for your wife's birthday?
Yeah, we did that shit 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
2 weeks ago, we didn't have a show.
2 weeks ago, we had a show. It was in between the two shows that we didn't have because you wasn't here for 1 week. And then
2 weeks ago, I wasn't here, man.
We
Last week was when I got back because we talked about my trip.
So it was 3 weeks ago then because her birthday was on the 10th.
You didn't mention it then?
Yes, I did.
Hey, one of y'all click out real quick. Go watch that show from 3 weeks ago. And then tell me.
How are they going to click out to watch our show to click back in?
Because you can go from the live show to a recorded show. If you're on YouTube.
Yeah, true. You're right. I'm taking the damn mic from him. See, even your wife said I did. Thank you very, very much.
She's just suffering because the Celtics lost. She's going to agree with everybody but me. That's right. I said the Celtics got their butt handed to them.
True, I'm taking the microphone. We wrapping it up here.
You can't take my mic. God, don't make me pull Kanye.
Oh shit, that was another highlight. You didn't see Kanye at the BET Awards?
All I heard he did something. He said some shout out to Diddy, or he was supposed to do a shout out to Diddy. Or something.
He was supposed to do a shout out to Diddy, made him about himself. But let's talk about what the man was wearing.
Oh, I did see that. He looked like a full out ghetto ninja. Remember back in the day, the 80s, I'm quite sure everybody, late 80s, what was it called? American Ninja? American Ninja?
Yeah. Yeah, where he was all full.
Michael Dukakis, I think that's the guy's name. Michael Dukakis was the guy. That's what it reminded me of.
Well, folks, thank you for tuning in this week. It's been a great episode of PD&J. We had Adam J. bless us with his presence. We've been trying to get him on, but due to scheduling conflicts, we finally got him on the show.
Don't forget to see him tonight at Stir Crazy.
Tonight at Stir Crazy.
And then July 27th. So let's all support him at House of Comedy. I'm telling you, if you did not get to see this guy live, you missed out. You need to see him. And he's going places. I'm telling you.
He's funny. He's funny.
Only for a year in comedy.
And shout out to everybody that was at the Rock the Mic. Darrell Hearns, Adam J., Chris Mosley, who shut it down himself, and the one and only Belly B.
The headliner. And then let's not forget the street hypnotist.
Oh, yeah, we had the street hypnotist. We also had...
He didn't perform, but after the show, hey, Burnett, you know your name?
Oh, also shout out to the Desert Diamond dancers who came out and did their thing. Now, if you guys got an opportunity to
I'm an honorary platinum member. I'm going to be there next time.
Catch the Desert Diamond dancers. They were on point. And, man, it was an unbelievable show Saturday. We got another one coming to you. We'll stay tuned. We'll let you know the date and time of that one. But until then, folks, y'all have a great week. Be blessed. Be safe. We'll see you next week. 3, 2, 1. We are done.